Welcome to Click. I'm Spencer Kelly. Take a look around you right now. What do you see? Probably the contents of your living room, some stuff outside the window, and some cretin barking at you out of your telly set. But what if, as you looked at that stuff, extra information popped up in your vision? For example, I could look at this stylish couch and I could see who designed it, how much it cost, and how old it was. Well, the idea of adding information to what your senses are already telling you is called augmented reality. At first the stuff of science fiction, then of high-budget defence programmes. It now promises to become part of our everyday lives too. Dan Simmons takes a look at how AR is set to become a reality we can all dip into.
Why not use your hand as a keypad? Find out how eco-friendly a product is just by looking at it. Or take a picture by framing it. With your fingers, of course. The terms added dimension or having a sixth sense have been used to describe augmented reality when technology first recognises what you're doing and then adds to it. These rough prototypes of wearable AR kit being developed in the States, along with certain Hollywood movies, have given the impression that this kind of stuff is pretty futuristic. But augmented reality is already here, and thankfully without the strange glasses. Take a look around Piccadilly Circus, here in the centre of London. And now take a look at it through this new app for mobile phones. Signs for London's tube stops appear to float in the picture. By using GPS, the handset knows where it is. The higher up the image the station is, the further away the stop is from the person. Point it to the ground and all the nearest stations come into view as arrows pointing towards them. This virtual signposting has had to wait for some new tech to arrive in our handsets, because unlike other mapping applications, this one needs to know where you're facing.
The major advance that we've seen is mobile manufacturers have started to add compasses into the mobile devices, and that's allowed us to actually build augmented reality applications. What that features is that as the user moves the device left to right, we can actually calculate where the user's pointing to, and therefore overlay the data accordingly.
Of course, some places in the world offer an augmented reality all of their own. Amsterdam has been offering a slightly different take on the world around us for some time, but now it's technology that's serving up an alternative view of things. The Dutch capital is home to what's being dubbed the world's first augmented reality browser. Instead of just simply mapping on where the nearest tube stops might be, this new app for mobile phones lets you choose which information you want to see from a range of options. Leia is perfectly named. The application lets you apply layers of information to what the phone's camera can see. These are the local houses up for sale. These are the restaurants close to where we are. And these are the Wikipedia entries, useful for tourists. The system doesn't use image recognition, rather it uses the digital compass in Google Android handsets or the new iPhone and the GPS coordinates to establish where it is and what it's looking at. It then fetches the relevant information from a server and displays it in real time. Well, about a second after the phone sees it.
Leia enables you to see things that that you didn't know about previously. Data that was hidden in books or just in a basement of a company. And right now, anybody can make a Leia, and all this information is provided to you as a service, and you can make it and access it for free. And that makes you actually smarter, maybe, in a way. And also helps you find things that you didn't know were there before, like a serendipitous experience almost.
In recent days, Leia, only in development since April, has been launched globally for Android phones. And it doesn't just tell you about what you can see. These are all the geotagged tweets in the local area and Twitter users who have chosen to share their current location coordinates. These musings, together with photos uploaded to Flickr, create a virtual trail of breadcrumbs dropped by those who have gone before us. There's good reason to think the number of AR applications is about to explode. Apple's new 3.1 firmware for the iPhone, for example, is giving developers greater control to manipulate and merge on-screen graphics and the camera feed. Here's a Crosshair's take on the augmented reality browser, expected to be released next month. And in Japan, a similar system is being used to add information about a museum. Just point the phone at an exhibit to find out more. And if things can be augmented, well, so can people. Next week, I'll look ahead to how the technology might be applied to our friends. Create new gaming worlds. And become a part of us, with handheld devices no longer required.
Dan Simmons, in his own little reality, we think.